So away cleanly, Alana Pitcher, Corey Dixon, Riley Coughlin, Rupert Van Dongen, Kylie Ershad, Jack McGinskin, Alejandro Stevens, and Rhydian Cowley. So some high-quality athletes in this field here. Rhydian Cowley, multiple-time Olympian. Alana Pitcher at the World Championships this year as well, World Race Walking Cups, everything of the like. So I mentioned 5:31 for this mile is the men's world record. 6:16 is the women's world record as well. So anywhere near that marker will be an Australian record, we assume. Obviously can't confirm that without having to go to the history books, or Tim Erickson, if you're here, maybe you will know. But outside of that, our elite race walkers are underway. And so judges are all around the track. It is all completely legitimate and everything is ratified. So if they go around that marker, and just think about how fast that is for 1 mile, anything under that 6-minute mark, you go down to your average park run, they ain't going under that. So the best of the best out here this evening. There's a handful of our men make their way around. They'll have 3 laps to go when they come down here. 1,609 metres to be exact for the mile. And Rhydian Cowley, that is the multiple-time Olympian, behind Corey Dixon. He's going to lead it out. It then goes back to Riley Coughlin, and then back to Jack McKinskin in that order. So 1:30, 90 seconds for McKinskin. He's in 4th, so out in front and leading it nicely, Corey Dixon. He looks very smooth indeed. Alana Pitcher, she'll come through 1:43, around about there. So moving along quite strong. So this big group out here in front, Dixon leading it out from Cowley. And he's got quite a comfortable lead at the moment as well, it must be said. So he'll be chasing after a fast time. Kylie Ershad now comes through for her first lap. 2:05 it is on the clock. And so this group out in front, this lead trio of 3, they'll try and chase after, well, at least an Australian record, but anywhere near around a world record would be very impressive. Rupert Van Dongen, the Mentonian, through 2:28 on the clock. So they make their way around here. Haven't seen too many paddles out, obviously. If you are new to the race walk, 1 foot has to be on the ground at all times, and a straight leg underneath you as well as you make your way through. So plenty of technicalities to this event. They just make it look so easy because they are just so damn good at it. So out in front, still leading it, it is Corey Dixon. Right behind him now, picking up a little bit of pace there is Rhydian Cowley. Followed closely behind there is Riley Coughlin. So this group of 3, they'll stay quite attached to each other. In fact, it's Cowley now who gets up on the shoulder of Dixon. So they're on that 5:50 pace. So they are absolutely flying. 5:50 is what Rhydian Cowley's put next to his name here. And now he starts to shift through the gears, so he'll even ramp it up a little bit faster. So 5:31 was that world record marker. It was set in 2017, so they're outside of that. But to get into the top 25 of all time, they need to be under 6:02. So anything under 6:02, this will be the top 25 performance of all time. And Rhydian Cowley, he is right on it at the moment. So Cowley out from Dixon, followed by Coughlin. That's 1, 2, 3. Alana Pitcher now comes through as well from New South Wales. And she's on 6:58 pace as it stands. So Pitcher as well. That's just outside a top 25 performance. 6:57.91 would be a top 25 all time. So moving through, there's plenty of top 25 all time performances up for grabs here. At the moment, it's Rhydian Cowley who's made his way around Dixon, who was leading it early. And Cowley, he'll come down, and they will get the sound of the bell as well. So 1 lap remaining here in this elite race walking mile. It's Rhydian Cowley out from Dixon. He was on 5:50 pace just a lap ago. Let's see where he can be now. He's going to hear the sound of it. He goes around the shoulder of another competitor here. It's Dixon as well. He wants to try and get after Cowley if he can. 4:23 it is. So he'd be around that 5:50 as well. So he hasn't altered even remotely. Dixon, Coughlin. It goes in that order. Coughlin will get through now, 4:33 on the clock. So plenty of fast walking up for grabs here at the moment. And we'll get a good read on where these 3 gentlemen may sit within that top 25 if they can get there. Cowley up the back straight leads it out from Dixon to Coughlin. That's how they read 1 through 3. McGinniscombe now comes through. He's in 4th. That was around 4:50 as well. So plenty of fast walking. Alana Pitcher comes into her second last time down the home straight. And she's around outside that 6:16, obviously, but around that 6:50 marker. So she's under the 7 minute as it stands right now. So Pitcher will hear the sound of the bell, but Rhydian Cowley has walked away up the track here at the moment. He has left Dixon behind him there, and he's going to chase a very, very fast time, the man in the baby blue. So multiple-time Olympian Rhydian Cowley. There is an Australian team this man hasn't been on outside of World Cross Country. And he is absolutely flying into this home straight. Anything under 6:02 gets him in the top 25 of all time. Rhydian Cowley now moves his way out into lane number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, top 25 all time in world history at the moment on display. Rhydian Cowley in the baby blue. He's on 5:45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 5:50. And that'll get him inside the top 15 of all time for Rhydian Cowley. A sensational performance here. Dixon as well will creep under that 6:02, which is a top 25 performance as well. So sensational racing out here. Coghlan as well comes through. And they're all dropping the Isaac Beecroft, saying this time is mine, this track is now. They make their way down here. It was a great performance. Top 15 all time for the men's elite race walk. Jack McGinscombe comes through here as well. 6:30 on the nose, or just under. He'll dip right around it. Making her way now to hear the sound of the bell, Kylie Ershad. She'll roll through with 400 metres to go. Alana Pitcher at the World Championships this year, debut at the World Championships in Budapest. And Alana Pitcher will come down and she'll finish off her elite mile, and she will be just outside that top 25 all-time marker, but very close to it. 6:58.9. It'll be 7:01, 7:02 for Alana Pitcher. Great racing here. There's Rupert Van Dongen. He'll come down with 400 metres to go as well, right around or just outside maybe that personal best pace from the man from Mentone. So 2 remaining here. Rhydian Cowley, he'll put his name inside the top 15 all time for the men's elite mile in the race walk. Come down to this start-finish line. We'll do a presentation and then roll into your race. We just want you all down here and in the area so that we know where you are, which would be very helpful. So we have 2 remaining here in the walking mile, and then we'll roll into our 10,000 metre event, followed by some miles, some 5,000s. There's plenty on. There's plenty on down here at Collingwood. What a cracking night for racing it is now. So rounding the home straight for the last time, it's Kylie Ershad, and she'll round out into lane number 3 and finish off her mile. Not often we see this event here in Australia. We were talking about it earlier. Rhydian Cowley, who we'd mentioned, has notched his name inside around that top 15 marker. And he said it might have been some time since we've seen an elite mile here on Australian soil. So a great initiative by Collingwood to put it on. As now we finish off, Kylie Ershad will round out her mile event just over the 9 minute marker. So great racing down here. And Rupert Van Dongen, the last one to come around. And he will round out his mile. So plenty happening down here. Again, if you are racing this 10K, do come down to the start finish line. We'll do a presentation first, but we don't want anybody to run away at the dawning reality of 25 laps around the athletics track. All right, so we want you all around here. If Nath Pearce has made it down here, everybody can make it down here, okay? So we'll finish off now. Rupert Van Dongen, he'll finish off his mile event here in Mentone, or for Mentone, here at Collingwood. He'll be right around the 10 minute marker as well. It's 9:48 on the clock now. for Rupert Van Dongen. He'll round out the elite mile. Sensational night of racing. We'll hand to Tim for a presentation, and then we will get started with the next event.